All right, bet. We are back. Episode 110. We are in the tens of the hundreds. Before we get going, stop, like, comment, subscribe.
Please.
And before we say anything else, thank you. Let's clap it up for y'all. Clap it up for the viewers. Clap it up for the TikTok viewers.
Yes,
clap it
sir.
up for the Twitter views. Wherever
Yes,
you're
sir.
watching this, Instagram. Shout out all y'all. We are officially past 1,000 subs. It feels crazy to even think about.
Insane.
You know,
Insanity.
and so, like, literally, like, it really has not set in, but we're going to keep growing. You keep supporting us. We're going to keep growing. And we are back.
Yes, sir.
Episode 110 in the building. Rock to my left. Go ahead. Talk to him.
What's happening, man? It feels good to be back. Y'all know what it is. In a couple of days, please go ahead and turn on your notifications. We have our second episode of the Shorts about something. Our beautiful women that we always salute, love so much, and care deeply about. You don't have to worry about that too much. I'm not even going to lie to you. Just send it to your man. Send it to the guy you like. Send it to your side nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, but that is about the Bengals and the contracts of Jamar and T. So if you're wondering why we don't mention that this episode, it is coming out in a few days.
Facts.
Also, just like Ish said, thank you.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had I write down my goals at the beginning of every year. And this year I wrote them down on a whiteboard and put them up in the closet. And one of the goals this year was for the show to get 800 to 1,000 subscribers. At the top of this year, we had around like 460 something subscribers.
Yeah.
So we have gotten over 600-700 subscribers within the past 3 months. That is absurd.
Yeah.
We really, really, really appreciate you, bro.
I wonder where it's at now.
Every single one of y'all. It really means a lot for y'all to click that subscribe button, to continue to click back on shows, go watch us, comment on the TikToks, make us laugh. The comments have us dying, bro. I've been getting called a 40-year-old uncle all week.
I am. Listen, let's clap it up for one more time for y'all. We're actually at 1.16 now.
That's beautiful. That is
about
insane.
100 more subs since we checked it this morning. Like, man, can't say enough about how appreciative we are about it.
Yes.
And listen, if you are a new sub, you are liking the content, you do enjoy the videos, check out the TikTok, check out our Twitters, follow us online and all the socials. And listen, I used to say this before, I'm going to keep saying it. If you liked it, send somebody you like. You didn't like a segment, send it to somebody you hate. Ruin their day.
Hello.
Do whatever you can. We definitely appreciate you, but we're going to get into it. I'm going to start it a little light. Rock saw this. He brought it to me. We figured we started. iHeart Music Awards.
Hey, listen. First off, the fact that we're starting off with the iHeart Music Awards means something bad happened.
Something went wrong. Something went horribly wrong. Something went iHeart Music
awfully
Awards.
wrong, bro. I'm making up words for this shit. Like, this could not be great. Because I don't even know how you could watch the iHeart Awards. I don't even know if the iHeart people know how to watch the awards.
I thought they did radio. I thought you just listened to the awards.
Shout out to Daryl while I'm at it.
Listen, I was going to say, shout out to iHeart,
Exactly. Gave us our start. So, but Mariah Carey, Sade.
One of the greatest legends.
If you have not seen the tribute by Mooney Long and Tori Kelly, Always Be My Baby and We Belong Together for Mariah Carey at the iHeart Music Awards, do yourself a favor and go find Mariah Carey's reaction to the tribute. You ain't got to worry about the tribute.
Facts.
Just go watch Mariah react to it, and that'll explain why we are doing this. Because my nigga.
Yo, we got a rule, man. Only Chris Brown should do tributes.
Only Chris Brown?
Stop calling anybody else.
And Beyonce can do Beyonce's tribute.
Literally, Beyonce should do Beyonce's tribute, but if it ain't Chris Brown, no disrespect to no other artist. I'd rather they just put Chris Brown up there and let him sing We Belong Together.
Me too.
Like, no disrespect to Mooney Long, but listen, let Chris Brown do it. She probably wouldn't have looked like that at the response. It is so, I think, crazy for tributes in general. Like, when was the last really good tribute?
Chris Brown. You should answer your question, twin. You didn't have to ask.
That's how bad it is. Like, they do a tribute, that's 40 award shows, 40 tributes a year, and they're all bad, except for the one with Chris Brown.
Dog, Mariah Carey was looking like, first off, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
And second off,
Mariah Carey has no clue who that is.
Why does she sound like that?
I feel bad for Mooney Long. Listen, I'm gonna cut you some slack, Mooney Long, right here. Because when I sing Mariah Carey in the shower alone, or when I'm singing We Belong Together, I be thinking that shit sound good too. I be thinking it go too. Like, those type of songs just bring it out of you. Like,
you feel me?
Like, We Belong Together is such a beautiful song.
She was looking around for Ashton Kutcher, Am I getting punked?
She looking around like, oh, it's gonna start over. Somebody else gonna sing. Like, oh, okay.
Nah, bro. Shout out to Mariah, dog. And shout out to Mooney Long. This was not to disrespect you. It was just to laugh at Mariah Carey. You can sing and you're great. It's just not every song is made for everybody. But I get it. Beyonce wasn't available. And
listen, Mariah Carey's a hard person to do a tribute to.
Hey, bro.
That's Mariah. It's still Mariah Carey. Like,
you notice we didn't mention Tori Kelly. Tori Kelly did pretty good. Her Always Be My Baby tribute was great. She can sing. She can sing. Doesn't make great music, but she can sing. But we love you, Mariah, and We Belong Together is a top 25 R&B song ever. Honestly, top 10.
So it might be one of the best songs ever.
Oh, that's a top 50 song ever.
Yeah, easy.
And no question. No question. All right.
Man, I love Love. Such a good love song. Such a good love
song. What? All right. Rolling Loud, Playboy Carti, and more Ump Talk.
Yes, sir. Vamp talk. Listen, we need like a little like flyer to blah. Vamp session. We are back.
But Playboy Carti dropped I Am Music, and it sold 250. It's on pace to sell 250 to 300.
310.
310 right now. So somewhere in that range, looking like 310, which is around what we said. I said 275 to 325. It said about 3 to 350. So around the range we said. I want to start this before we get into his Rolling Loud performance and I start hating. I want to ask a question that I've seen thrown out on the internet a couple times this week, and you kind of led this discussion. Is Playboy Carti a superstar?
Yes. And we're going to talk, just caliber of artists. I wanted to talk about, if you peep on the script at the bottom, I got new big three. I think Playboy Carti is one of the three biggest rap artists out right now. And I think it's hard because I don't think Playboy Carti is a hip-hop artist, but he's a rap artist, if that makes sense. Yeah. I think he is, and he mentioned this at the end of the album, and I love this album so much. It's been a week since it came out. We did the show the morning of, so we really didn't have time to digest it. But on the last song,
didn't need it.
on the last song, Swamp Izzo started. He's like, "Yo, after this, don't put us in no more boxes. We are no more, genres. We are creating our own genre." And I think that is what Playboy Carti is kind of like doing right now, where he's so big, he's so, I don't want to say powerful in the music industry, but like the impact and influence is so strong. He has successfully created his own kind of lane. Yeah. And in his absence, letting the little minions do the little Playboy Carti cosplays, he has kind of created his own little world of like little Playboy Carti niggas who love Playboy Carti and this type of music. So I think Playboy Carti is a superstar. I think he's going to be treated in that light, especially if he's gonna move units the way he did with this album. 300K off pure streams is nuts.
Yeah, it is.
Like that's insane. Very he got another 150 in actual album sales that haven't gone out, so they didn't get counted. But if Playboy Carti was more business minded, we'd be looking at a 450 first week for Playboy Carti. So I definitely think Carti is a superstar, and I think that Rolling Loud performance was probably one of the best just shows I've ever seen.
Playboy Carti is a superstar in hip-hop. I'm not putting Playboy Carti in the likes of Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Beyonce, Drake, Kendrick. I'm not putting them in that area because I just don't think his name brings that type of cachet.
Right.
And the superstar is not just a thing that 300,000 string gets you and a big Rolling Loud show. That is a longevity thing.
Facts.
That is a prove it time and time again thing. Like when Wayne dropped Carter 2, he wasn't a superstar. Wayne had to drop the Carter 2, 6 classic mixtapes in between, and then the Carter 3, and then it was like, okay, he's a superstar. Drake wasn't considered a superstar after Nothing Was the Same. Yeah. It was Nothing Was the Same, then the feature run after that, then If You're Reading This, then Views, and it was like, oh, okay, he's a superstar.
And Wayne, Drake, and the other superstars that you mentioned, they are able to exist outside of their world.
Exactly.
And I think that is going to be the reason he doesn't reach, like, music superstar status.
Yes.
I think that is the reason he won't reach music superstar status.
And that's exactly where I was going, because I want people to know that, like, the superstar term is not just a music thing. That is everywhere. You
Yeah.
see me everywhere. You see me on award shows. You see me on Saturday Night Live.
Billboards.
You see me on billboards. You see me on Stephen Colbert.
Fortnite.
You see me
No
on
joke.
Fortnite. You see me everywhere.
Yep.
Because of the way Playboi Carti does business, I don't even think he will have the capability of being a superstar in music. But he is absolutely a rap superstar, and the numbers don't lie. Is he a young one? Yes. Is he? Will he sustain? Not sure. But today, as of March 19, 2025, Playboi Carti is absolutely a superstar in rap music.
Yeah.
And
Let's go, Unc.
I do think
Turn me up, Unc.
it's said that he is a part of the new big three.
Yeah.
I won't put him in the new big three because he don't make rap music.
That's fair.
And that brings me to his Rolling Loud show. And I was like, piggyback off of what you're saying and what Swamp Izzo says, salute the Swamp for real, for real. Big
Swamp,
man,
yo,
we
listen,
from
man.
Atlanta, dog. That's a legend of ours.
Izzo.
He's genreless.
Literally.
And I enjoyed that. So I want to get off of the hate train for 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Because I love artistry. I love outside the box art.
1K Cash gonna love this.
I love Kanye's 808s. I love Lil Wayne's Rebirth. I love Drake's Honestly Nevermind. I love Jay-Z with Linkin Park. I love when artists do things that are not normal. So when an artist comes out and everything he does is unorthodox, I can't help but commend that. Especially because I just saw something. Die Lit sold 16K.
Yeah.
He just did 300K, bro.
Yeah.
What am I hating on?
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm okay not liking the music, and I'm okay also giving the respect to the artist that he deserves in, yo, I may not get that, but you're doing something right.
Yeah.
And that is what I feel about Carti. When I watch his show, because I actually I put it on a little bit when it came on, but I just kind of watched the full thing. And it's just that it's one of the best shows he's ever watched. Visually, that shit is incredible.
Yes.
And it makes me really, really want to go to that weekend and Carti tour that's coming in August because I have to see what that looks like in the stadium, what that sounds like, what that feels like in the stadium.
That Izzo in the stadium.
The music, I still don't get. I still don't get
Yeah,
it.
the music was not.
Like I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
Yeah.
Like in my eyes, Playboi Carti makes rap screamo music. Like you know.
Yeah, no, you're right. That is, I think, and I want it because we actually don't do too much on here, like acknowledge like the clips and stuff we post. But I want to say thank you to the TikTok viewers and y'all running up that Playboi Carti clip of Rock giving his review. And what's I think the reason people like what you said so much and what you said just now is that you are right, low key.
Yeah.
Like we're not hating. Like it really is rap screamo.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like. You know, I ain't trying to hit that.
Yeah, like that is my thing, and it's like y'all know them concerts they be showing on Twitter where the white people just be in a mosh pit, head butting each other and like bleeding and bruising each other. Like what type of adrenaline rush do you need, gang?
Yeah, no, that must be crazy.
Like, dog, like you just know, like you just know, like white people's life be so good.
Yeah,
like,
you just gotta do some crazy shit.
You just gotta do some wild shit. Like,
I'm telling you,
like, dude, I walk out the house and feel like that.
bro. like this is a joke, but I be serious. Niggas be like, yo, Ish, you don't watch no scary movies. I'm black. Like life is scary. Like if I want to be scared, nigga, I won't renew my place or something. Like I drive around the neighborhood I'm not supposed to be in. Like, life's scary enough as it is. I'm not stacking no extra scary shit on top of that.
I'll go for a run in a white neighborhood at night. Like do some crazy shit. Go nuts.
If I really wanted like a rush of adrenaline, nigga, I will go to Whole Foods, get in the line I'm not supposed to be in. Like 10 items or less with 15 items. Like I'm gonna do some regular shit. That white people be like, man, I just need a kick. I'm gonna go like lion hunting. I ain't never do no shit like that. You crazy, dog.
I'd be like, let's skydive. Like, what?
Yeah,
bro?
nah, hell
Oh
no.
my God.
But I agree with you. In the concert, like, So the rumors of the Rolling Loud, because like Rolling Loud, no disrespect, Rolling Loud happens like once a week. So like I didn't even know Carti was doing Rolling Loud like to the morning of the reason I heard Carti was doing Rolling Loud was because somebody was like, Kendrick gonna be there. So I was like, I wonder when it is. It's tonight. I was like, okay. Steve was like, I say, yo, Kendrick might be there. He said, is it in California? How could I know? Like, it could be outside for all I know. Like it could be here, but. I got there like right as it started, and everything I said last week about the reason I really like Carti was there in that Rolling Loud, because like the songs from the album that I kind of didn't like as much as the other ones, like the Future and the regular ones, are the ones he leaned on in the concert, and they all sounded crazy in the concert. Like Pop Out sounded way better in the concert, and this is so funny. Playboy Carti music sounds so much better when he's only yelling the 2 words in the song, and then just the crowd and everybody else tweaking. Like I listen, amazing Rolling Loud concert, one of the craziest. It felt like you mentioned how Dial-It did 16. It felt like watching Rolling Loud was a coming of age moment for Carti as an artist.
I like that.
Where it feels like we turned a corner, like as a fan of Playboy Carti. It felt like we kind of turned the corner, because once it was over, I saw the tweet. I wish I had the tweet up, but it was like the year is 2025. Carti just dropped 30 songs and performed at Rolling Loud. Like, we never thought we would be here. Like, niggas thought this album would never come out.
Yeah.
And for it to come out, for it to get the reception that it's gotten, for people to love it how they, like the Carti fans love it how they do, I thought it was amazing. And hearing him lean on what he know people like.
Yeah.
Like, we went to the Drake show, and I had an amazing time at the Drake show. We had a ton of fun because we love Drake. But I was like, man, I really wish it wasn't just For All the Dogs.
Yeah.
Carti still gave you, he still gave you Dial-It. He still gave you
and I'm trying to get high till like can't feel nothing. I saw that. That's my shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that shit go.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, he Carti is he's a crowd pleaser. He wants to perform. He wants to get people turned up. Like, part of the Carti, like, loving Carti is, like, no funny shit. And, like, stay with me. But, like, the aura around Carti is, like, the funniest shit about Carti. Like, did you see the video of Constant and his brother backstage? He said, yo, the CEO Rolling Loud said you can't be on the stage. He said, yo, this Carti stage. This not his stage. He said, this Carti stage, nigga.
Like, guess what Kai ended up?
On the stage.
You feel me?
I absolutely loved it. I loved it. And the Weekend Carti concert sound crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. And I want to touch on. Stay positive, and I'm gonna get back on my unk shit for real quick. But I'm not gonna say a grown man got aura, but I will say I get it. Like, when I saw him on the stage, and I saw the outfit, I saw the fire, and the truck split open, and his partners around him, and all the energy, and just the sheer screaming. Like, he's not rapping, he's screaming.
He's tweaking up there.
He's just in there off. It was like Carti crying because he loved it. I was like, them is drugs, Slime. Them is not tears. Them drug tears, dog. That nigga just feel too much.
He feeling everything on that stage.
He up, down, in the middle. He don't know nothing. Like,
I love the way it. Listen, I love the way it looked, and I love Tyler shows, I love Kendrick shows, I love Kanye shows. But, there is room in rap for just 100 niggas on the stage.
You feel, yes,
doing nothing.
Yes, like,
just hype,
just the energy, and just like, yo, we're here to transfer energy to each other.
Yeah.
This show isn't about me showing I'm the best performer in the world. This show isn't about me showing I rap and my bars is crazy. Yeah. This show is for you to give me energy and for me to translate it back to you. Yeah. And that I can understand. That I really get, and that's why I really did get a new type of perspective watching that. Like, okay, I can see it. I can understand it. Again, Playboy Carti is rap screamo music. Yep. And when you describe it like that, it makes a lot of sense. Because I'm sure it's a lot of artists that love Linkin Park and love Nirvana, but don't want to listen to screamo. Literally. But they respect the genre of rock, so they respect the screamo artists. Yep. That's how I am with Playboy Carti, and I'm sure it's some Nirvana fans that like 7 screamo songs.
Avenged Sevenfold, yeah.
And that's the 7 Playboy Carti songs.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I think one of the funniest things I've been doing, like, in the last couple of days is like kind of filtering like the music of the album and then like the performance part of the album. And like
the music.
Yeah, I've literally just been sending songs like, yo, this one right here, Rock. Like this one is actual music. Like,
Rather Lie?
Yeah.
Rather Lie is one of them, dog.
The Future joint, listen, the Future joint, oh my God.
Future special. Future special.
1,000%.
So this is really my problem, though. This is...
All right, let's get into the Ugg bag, because we do need that.
I am worried... All right, let me take you back.
Okay.
Because, and we'll be doing this, me and Ish are going to do the show forever. We will be referencing our year of Drake and Kendrick for the rest of our lives. Because it was very, very important to us and drastically changed our lives.
Yeah, most important rap music ever.
Ever.
Yep.
A large part of our discussion throughout that beef was Drake, his arrogance, and his lack of pushing rap forward.
Yeah.
And when I say that he didn't push rap forward, I mean he didn't go out on a limb and do an 808s and do a rebirth and keep it rap. When he went and did it, it was dance hall music. Yeah. So I respect it as an artist, but as a rapper, I want you to have that album that pushes the genre forward, that makes the genre think, that makes the genre like stop and say, wow.
Right.
And I don't think he's given us that yet, and that's okay.
That's true.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yep.
But one thing Ish brought up a couple shows ago, and it was very prolific when he said it, is Drake commercialized rap a little too much.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put that all on Drake. Drake gets a very small percentage of the blame because I'm not finna tell you, yo, you got big as hell, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
No, because in the same breath of you commercializing rap, you also took rap to places we never thought we would see rap.
Facts.
So that is very, very commendable by Drake. So I don't want to act like this is a negative thing on him.
Right.
But what it leads me to is I don't want this Playboy Carti screamo style of rap to become what people chase in rap music.
Right.
And I don't want him to become so big and become the forefront of rap that we start trying to make this music instead of sticking to what this shit actually is.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
And that is the fear that I have watching these shows and watching these numbers go up and watching him do an album that is labeled hip-hop rap and he don't rap the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, that is my fear, is that we're going to lose the essence of this genre.
Yeah.
And me personally, I love this genre too much to lose the essence of it. Now, that is why we have Kendrick Lamar. That is why we have Tyler, the Creator, J. Cole, Lil Wayne, Carter 6 coming soon. But that is, shit, Stove Got Cooks, Griselda, Westside Gun.
Stove.
Like, that is why we have these artists around. But the biggest move the culture.
Right.
Because Kendrick been around for a minute. Kendrick ain't been the main driving force of the culture. That has been Drake. And as Drake got bigger, you started to hear the poppy rap music trying to chase singles and started trying to make great cohesive albums.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want that problem to leak over from the Playboy Carti stand out little timeline. Now all our best rappers, biggest rappers are making rap albums where they don't rap.
Yeah, no.
That is my fear. Do I think it'll happen? I don't know.
I definitely like it. I think, in a way, first of all, I agree with your analysis of it because I do share in that fear as well. Like, I don't think rap would be in a good place if it was just Playboy Carti. But in a weird way, I think what's so good about Playboy Carti is Playboy Carti couldn't be Playboy Carti if everybody else was Playboy Cartis. And I know I just said that nigga name like 9 times, and that sounded very confusing. So I'm gonna say it again. If there was like 5 Playboy Cartis, he would not be this special. He would not do 300K. He would not have the aura he has, quote unquote. But I think what has made Playboy Carti so successful, especially long term through the rage rap, screamo, Uzi, Destroy Lonely, Ken Carson kind of era, is that he is the one, kind of. He is the blueprint in a way. So all the copycats you've seen so far have kind of hit the Carti glass ceiling. Because all your fans of, I'm a huge Ken Carson fan. I love Ken Carson last album so much. it does not come close to any Playboi Carti albums. Just because that is what he does. That is his bag. Now, what I am interested in, and this is why I think Playboi Carti first will never become a household superstar name, is because his brand is not fit for a household superstar type of brand.
No.
Not even close. But
So far from it.
musically right now, I think Playboi Carti is in such an interesting space because he is choosing to put himself around hip-hop. Because he doesn't have to. One of the biggest questions people had is, where are the little Cartis on this album? There are no little Cartis on this album.
It's all rappers.
The only person who gets close is Uzi, and him and Uzi have been always working together. This is the first time him and Uzi worked together in years. But there's no Destroy Lonely on here. There's no Ken Carson on here. There's no
Yeet.
Yeah, no Yeet. None of the little Carti clones are on here, and that is 1,000% is intentional. Who is on here though? Future, hip hop. Kendrick, hip hop. Young Thug. He is putting himself in that position. So I don't know what's next for Carti, and I dare I try to guess, but we love to give rappers advice. We love to throw ideas out there and just communicate with the audience. And I want to know how y'all feel about this. I think Carti's next move is going to be a collab album next year. If not next year, the year after. And I think it's going to be with a rapper, but I don't think it's going to be Screamo. I think what you saw on this album, especially, is going to sound crazy because I know like how much it's just so much music on here. It's kind of hard to tell the direction because it's not like a cohesive album, but you see a intentional shift to black music and hip hop in this album.
Okay.
Because Whole Lotta Red was damn near all Screamo. This is like he's pulling it back. So I think he's wanting to take that step over because like, eventually he sees like that fan base that he built is not the same as if he was one of the biggest rappers. Like you don't want to end up like Uzi did.
Okay.
So I would love to see next year if
that.
him and Future did a tape, or if him and Thug did a tape next year, or someone in Atlanta did a hip-hop 10, 15 songs with Playboi Carti, because he has shown this is the side he wants to be on.
Okay. I want to piggyback off of that and reply to myself. Yeah. Because what you just said made me go back to the person I mentioned at the beginning was Drake.
Yeah.
And you said if there was a bunch of Playboi Cartis, then Playboi Carti wouldn't be Playboi Carti.
Yep.
And if you guys are old enough to remember, when Drake first came out, there were these same sentiments.
Yep.
Like, yo, is rap getting soft?
It's weird.
It's weird.
Niggas was making fun of Drake. Bro, people don't remember that.
Why is this rap-ass nigga singing? Why does he look like
He's
this?
soft.
Why is he so soft?
Drake the type of nigga that closed the fridge with his hips, like those jokes.
And in that time, there were a lot of artists that tried to go do the Marvin's Room and the Controller and the one, and they tried to do it. But because they're not Drake, they were not successful. So to reply to what Ish is saying with if Playboi Carti, if there was a bunch of Playboi Cartis, there would be no Playboi Carti. It's the same. It is 100% correct. He is absolutely correct in that. But where I will reply to that is, although there are not a bunch of minions that can do what he can do, he has gotten so big, like Drake, that it may drive the culture to try to emulate.
To copy him.
Because, like I just mentioned, no one can make pop rap songs like Drake. No one can fucking do it. They don't have the
ability.
The ability. Simple as that. They don't have the ability to. He's talented. Like them songs he makes, we make fun of them and we act like they're not what they are. And if you cut them on against a rap versus with Hov, maybe they don't ring off. Right. But if you've been to a Drake show, you know what they do. And it's not a lot of rap songs that do that. And a lot of people have tried to go down that lane of let's make some pop rap, and it sounds horrific.
Terrible.
So, will we get too many people trying to emulate Carti? And this isn't a 10-year problem. This is just a 2-3 year. Over the next 2-3 years, does it oversaturate the genre with that little weird sound that I don't get? Will that happen? Remains to be seen. If I had to take a guess and be honest about it, I'm not going to tell you.
Nice. I like that. But yeah, that's our Playboi Carti. That's our check-in for this week. Shout out Playboi Carti. Go get music. 310 first week. And listen, Atlanta always wins.
Every single time.
Atlanta always wins, even when you think we're not up to it. But from one festival to another, the last Dreamville Fest did come out. First, YM. We need a YMCMB something in here.
Bruh,
We got a Wayne.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
We need a YMCMB poster. But Wayne, Dreamville Fest, the last Dreamville Fest. What did you think about the lineup? Hot Boys reunion.
All right, so I'm going to read it off real quick.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne with the Hot Boys and Big Timers. If you don't know, the Big Timers is Manny Fresh and Birdman.
Yep.
Then we have this is all Saturday. We have 21 Savage as the second headliner, Party Next Door, Ludacris, which is crazy, Ari Lennox, Chief Keef, Keisha Cole, and then celebrating 20 years of The Way It Is, we have Boz, Young Nudie, Ab Soul, Lou Amin, Kai Cash, and Nico Brim. Those are going to be some probably 25 to 35-minute performances.
Yep.
And then on Sunday, we have J. Cole closing it out. I expect the offseason to be out by then. And then we have Erykah Badu, Tim's, Glorilla, Jid, Wale, Coco Jones, Big X The Plug, Earth Gang, Anisha, Kaz, and Akia.
That's hard.
Great lineup.
I definitely like the lineup, especially seeing that 21 Savage was not headlining.
Yeah.
It was a little confusion when we first looked at it. I thought it was a 21 Savage night, but Saturday looks amazing. Lil Wayne, first of all, Lil Wayne's one of the greatest artists ever. So Lil Wayne headlining any day of a festival is a big deal. But what you just mentioned, do you like? Okay, sorry. Let me restart the question. This concert, this Dreamville Fest, happens next month. It happens April 5th, 2025.
Yes.
That's happening next month.
Yes.
Do you think the fall off is out by then?
I do. J. Cole, when he got off the stage, wherever he was last time, said...
New York, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like, hopefully I have something for you guys the next time y'all see me, which was going to be Dreamville.
Yep.
I don't think he said that in vain.
Thanks.
I do think the fall off will be here. And for those of you that are like, well, where's the rollout? J. Cole has been rolling out the fall off for 3 years.
More,
like
6 years before the feature run.
Yes, it actually started 6 years ago.
Yep.
So every project that J. Cole has dropped since 2018, he has mentioned the fall off.
Yep.
J. Cole doesn't have to do this extravagant rollout for this album because everyone knows it's coming.
Yeah.
Everyone, all last year, Ish kept saying when he drops the fall off, he can make up for it. When he drops the fall off, we all knew this album was coming years ago.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering why this big album isn't going to get this big rollout, it is because of what I think he's going to do.
Yeah.
What he did with 2014, what he did with For Your Eyes Only, and what he did with the Dreamer Sessions. There will be a documentary come out a couple of days or before or a couple of days after to get some hype going around the promo.
Yeah.
And then he'll do a week of promo before. I think the album is going to come out on, let me give you the exact date. I believe the album comes out next Friday, March 28th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
On Monday, you get the first little tweet. You get a countdown on his website, something like that. And then the album will come out next week, March 28th, because I do think he knows he can't do the last Dreamville Fest with the same catalog he did last year.
Okay, yeah.
The last thing is there is a potential that he drops the day before and just goes and performs that whole album.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't surprise me either, but this album will absolutely be out before that concert.
No, I definitely agree. That's kind of what stood out to me, seeing how close it was. And just for your reference, you're completely correct. Why is he not promoting the album so far? Listen, the 1985 on KOD came out 7 years ago. And that song is literally titled 1985, the intro to the fall off.
Damn.
So 7 years ago, this is when the fall off first entered the J. Cole mind space of this is going to be coming out.
Can we just stop and think about 2018 being 7 years ago?
Yeah, 2018 was 7 years ago. 2018 was firmly 7 years ago, too. Like, we're in March. Like, that is ridiculous. But, yeah, 2018 is when he first teased it, and that's kind of where we are now. And I definitely agree that you can't do the last Dreamville without it. You can't do the last Dreamville without it. Because unless he's going on tour again, and I don't see a J. Cole tour in the future. And that's why I think this Dreamville Fest is so important, because I don't think this is going to be like, yo, album out, get your tickets. We going to tour for 9.5 months after I just got off tour with Drake. Like,
I don't see that either, bro.
I don't see him doing that. I think album is going to be for J. Cole's fans, for music in general,
and for himself.
This is a legacy album.
I agree.
This is a legacy album. And we talk about how sports and music crosses over every once in a while. This is a legacy game for J. Cole.
Yeah.
J. Cole is in an interesting position where he, for sure, took a hit last year with the beef. But, he got knocked out, but Drake got thrown into like a trash compactor. Like, you didn't get beat up the way he did, so you have a chance to come out this on the hindsight looking like, yeah, he apologized, but man, he got out of that. He didn't get called a blank the way Drake did, and then he dropped a fall off and everything changed. One of the last times we talked about J. Cole, I firmly believe in 10 years when we look back at the big three, from this past decade, I think it's going to end up Kendrick, Cole, Drake, because I think this last J. Cole project is going to be a classic. And that is my hope, that I think this album, this project, this mindset he is in, and he talked about this on Might Delete Later, is this is the one. You don't say the fall off is like, dropping Reasonable Doubt last, without knowing the pressure you're putting yourself on as someone who is one of the best rappers ever. I think what we're going to see, and I've been the anti-J. Cole nigga, surprisingly, the nigga who like Carti is anti-J. Cole, but I've been the anti-J. Cole niggas because, the rapping has been there, but I don't think it sounds like a nigga who's one of the biggest rappers ever.
Agreed.
I think all of his albums should sound the way Killer Mike album sounded. Yeah. Or I think J. Cole should only have top shelf producers. He should only be working with the best. And I think the fall off will be J. Cole at his best, working with the best, trying to do his best. So I'm super excited for it. We a couple people on another ATL network went to Dreamville last year where he apologized. And that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Listen, you got to make up for last year, Crody. Bro.
Shit, I didn't think about that. You do got to make up for last year.
You got to make up for last year.
I don't know. Erykah Badu might do that. Erykah Badu might make all this well, baby.
Listen, Erykah Badu and Alchemist get up there.
Woo, woo.
Listen, big W for the Grizel niggas. Shout out Barry. You niggas could listen. You niggas will never, ever get to tell me what is scaring the hoes music again. Erykah Badu like the Alchemist. Stop telling me y'all don't like the Meet the Grams beat. Erykah Badu like it. I don't care what you like, nigga. Let's go. Alchemist, we up.
And J. Cole, I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I just want to say, piggyback off in the fall off, I do expect this to be a classic. I expect this to be one of the best, and I'm putting a lot of pressure on dude. I'm expecting this to be...
We are too. I am too.
No less than the top 3 album of the decade, and that is across all genres.
Yeah.
I think this album is going to be extremely special, and it is because... And in the same vein, I think it'll be very bittersweet, because it'll be like, damn, bro, why didn't you use all these producers before? And that's why I think this album, I'm going to have a love-hate relationship with this album. Yeah. Because I'm going to be listening like, dude, KOD could have been this. For Your Eyes Only could have been this. But you wanted to produce everything yourself and keep everything in-house. But you could have went to Out, you could have went to Metro, you could have went to et cetera, and got all of these beats that fit you and that catered to you. And you would have been able to just focus on the raps rather than focus on the raps and the beats and the mixing and all of that. I expect greatness from J. Cole. I expect a classic from J. Cole. And I do think he will deliver. And part of the reason I keep saying it's going to come out in the next 2 weeks is because I need it to come out in the next 2 weeks. Please, Cole. Yeah. Please, because I can't go to Dreamville. I will be watching a live stream on Amazon. And the reason I'm not going to Dreamville is because I know Wayne has been doing a lot of shows. He's been on Arena here, a makeup show here. I know when that Carti 6 dropping, him and the Hot Boys are going on a real tour, and I'm saving for that.
The Hot Boys tour going to be crazy.
I don't want to go ruin the Wayne, because I ain't seen Wayne in a few years, and I've seen him a lot. So I was like, let me hold off until the Carti 6 drop and all of that, because I want to see a produced Wayne show and not just the regular, yo, it's Weezy, go rap for an hour and a half and get off stage. I want to see a produced Wayne show. So that is why I'm not going to be in attendance, but I expect great things from J. Cole. And then from one festival to another.
Yep.
Lollapalooza.
Facts.
We'll read off this headline, read off these acts as well. Olivia Rodrigo, Tyler, the Creator,
Yep.
Sabrina Carpenter, Rufus Du Sol, Luke Combs, Twice, Mr. A$AP Rocky, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Korn, Gracie Adams, and Doechii.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Doechii got the big letters, you feel me?
Yes, sir.
And then it's 1 million other artists on this flyer. The only one I'm going to point out is T-Pain. So if you can go see T-Pain, go see T-Pain. He puts on an amazing
I don't think there's anybody else we're missing. So listen, so many names on this list. Y'all see me lifting my laptop.
Yeah,
I can't read it. It's
I'm
like
zooming in. Yeah, it's no one on here.
it's someone named Aaliyah's Interlude. Like that's actually her name. That's a crazy name. Shout out to her.
I see Mariah the Scientist.
Mariah the Scientist.
Yeah,
she should. I feel like like they need to make her a little bigger.
A little bit bigger. I see Boss Man D-Lo in here too, y'all.
Oh yeah, shout out Boss Man D-Lo, man.
I know who Kenny Mason is too. That's the dude that did Stick. Stick.
Oh, that's him. That's hard.
And Dominique Fike.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm glad we read this. Isaiah Rashad.
Oh, salute Isaiah.
Isaiah Rashad, TDE, bro.
You feel me?
Yeah, that is hard.
Yeah, LGBT.
I've never been. I've never been to Lollapalooza. It's in Chicago. I heard Lollapalooza is crazy though. As far as festivals go, it is a little on the. It spreads out their demographic a little bit.
It's everything.
Yeah, but I think having Sabrina Carpenter, Tyler Creator, A$AP Rocky, Doechii, and Olivia Rodrigo is a crazy headline set.
And it's one of those shows where no one's trying to be too cool.
Yeah, that's a fact.
If you just get bored and want to waste 10 minutes, go look up Lil Wayne's Lollapalooza set.
Yeah.
It does not make sense. This is before like Wayne was really starting to, like right when he was starting to come back, like 2018, 2019. Mm-hmm. Bro, that bitch looked like it was 2008, dog.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yo, they are turned. So I went and watched, I can't remember. There's one more set I watched from a rapper. Meg. I think it was Meg. I watched like 10 minutes of her set. Dog, like they being there tripping. Like it's just they fan base. But no, like that crowd is just like we just hype. Like we happy to be here. We here to experience this and we not too it's not Coachella where niggas is high as hell laying on the sand and shit. So I think this is gonna be a great show. And Tyler has been killing. He's coming to Atlanta this Friday. I'm being cheap and I'm trying to wait to the very last minute and hope I can snag some two.
That's crazy. I did not know Lollapalooza was this cheap. What the
Yeah, it's not that expensive. But yeah, Tyler is coming on the 21st, which is Friday. So I'm trying my best to get to that show because T texted me, shout out to T, my boy.
He sent me the video too,
Yeah, he said that shit was rocking. He don't even listen to Tyler. He came in the chat. He was like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Tyler's in the big three.
Yeah,
like
1,000,000%.
He was like, that show I just saw was one of the best rap shows I've ever seen in my entire life. And everyone that has left that Tyler show, from critics to fans, have said the exact same thing. That show is ridiculous. So I'm trying my best to get in the building.
For context, Lollapalooza is $385 for 4 days.
That's a bargain.
Like not $385 per day. Like
that's a bargain.
$385 for all 4 days. So listen, I may have to get up to Chicago, whatever. Like $385 is nothing for context right now.
Nothing.
For context, I officially told my mom that Kendrick was coming. And she asked me, was I going? And I told her I was. And then, of course, she asked me how much was it. And I told her how much it was going to be. And then she was very confused for a couple of minutes. She was very confused what I meant.
Because she saw Michael Jackson for $11. Like,
I said, this would be about one or two. It's like 100. I was like, no.
If I want to be outside, maybe. Yo, stay in the room only.
Yeah, I was like, maybe 1K. She looked at me crazy. Now, keep in mind, my mother grew up around people like my mother and father knew Mike Tyson and went to a Mike Tyson fight for free. So they kind of don't pay for tickets, and so it's kind of interesting how much life has changed. Like we talked about,
for sure.
I think Charlene went through her mom's closet and found a Thriller book.
Yes. Yeah,
that was crazy.
My mom told me she saw Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and Prince.
That's crazy.
What?
I wish he wasn't going so crazy. We probably got to blank out the name for this story. But my story for that was I had floor seats for Pablo.
Hove's sake, we got.
Yeah. Listen, Hove, please don't text me. Listen, Hove, I'm on your side. Okay, don't text me. Okay, that would be the scariest text. So like that, this is Hove text. He's terrifying. But I saw Life of Pablo. I got floor seats for Life of Pablo for like $50. So that will be our, back in my day story. But to transition to Hove, because I just had a little bit to hit on Hove. Listen, shout out Hove for once again being the elder statesman, OG Hall of Famer that Hove is. He's helped Meg Thee Stallion. He's helped plenty of artists. He paid Lil Wayne taxes. And now he's going to get Stove God Cooks out of Stove God's deal, which the streets need. So,
yeah, I need a Stove God album that is versatile. That is more than just alchemy. I need everybody. I need a Wayne feature. I need a
Carti on
Ross feature. Never mind. Hey, bro, I'll talk to y'all later, bro. I'm sick of this shit.
Yo, Carti on some alkaline.
Shout out to our chat, bro. Steve-O came in the chat and was like Weezy, my favorite song to come out this year. I was like, no, it's not, bro. Shut up. No, it's not. Like, I'm just mad as fuck, bro. I'm just mad.
Yo, I'm telling, I love music. So, like, yo, I'm glad that we did the review like right when it came out, because like I don't know how mad they would have been if I really would have went through like how many songs on that shit I really love. Like I was listening to Radar today, just like damn, this shit goes like no rapping. It's really just that nigga. It's Swamp is going Carti, Carti, like I said nothing like. Man, what a time we live in. And speaking of the time, we mentioned Michael Jackson just a little bit. Let's clap it up for SZA. Let's clap it up for SZA, man.
That's a superstar.
That's a superstar. You want to ask me what a superstar look like? SZA's a superstar. Officially broke Michael Jackson's record for the longest running top 10 for a black artist. Let me repeat that.
Insanity.
She broke Michael Jackson's Thriller record.
Like the Michael Jackson.
For the longest running top 10 black album for an artist. Amazing.
Amazing.
Well-deserved. Her next album will be just as crazy. But in this moment, I just want to give SZA her flowers as the face of R&B for our generation.
Yes.
And that is officially what SZA is.
Stamped.
She is a testament to artist development, artist talent, and trusting the process. I think SZA has many eras, many looks, many like sounds. But you could see her always developing herself, whether that's Top Dog, Kendrick, TDE, any of them people around her. You can tell SZA is a artist, and we love her. That's all. I don't know.
And I will end with what I always end with when I talk about one of them. Shout out to TDE, bro. Yeah. Shout out to TDE for real, man.
Shout out to TDE.
And I want to say, before we get off TDE and move to basketball, my brother came to get my car today, and my little nephew was with him. And my mom was like, tell him what you wearing to school for your pictures tomorrow. He was like, bell bottoms. She was like,
the Kendrick bell bottoms.
I said, no way, Mom. I said, you don't know how crazy that is.
That's ridiculous.
I said, you don't know what
some flares at the bottom? Like some real, like
yes.
Some Dolly Parton?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's so fire.
That's fire.
Shout out TD. That's fire as hell.
Him, Kendrick, he got his hair braided like him. He got his hair braided just like him.
That's amazing.
Like he learned the whole dance, all of that. Like them little kids love Kendrick Lamar, bro.
Kids love Kendrick, bro.
They thought, but
it's so much clearer because they both short.
But yeah, man. Shout out to Kendrick. Yeah. Shout out to TDE. Shout out to SZA.
Facts.
All right. Well, let's jump into this Eras versus real quick. Let's just do 5 more.
Yeah.
As I said, and as I will continue to say, and Ish will continue to say, when you have a good idea, you do not give up on the idea. Nope. And this Eras versus is a good idea. So when I see it on the JBP or the Rory and Mom podcast or Drink Champs, I'm going to go to our TikTok and be like, yo, it's 77 TikToks of them doing this shit.
That's a fact. And listen, Rory, don't let me catch you doing it. Listen, Rory, you better not let me catch you.
All right. So the 5 this week are Duffel Bag Boy versus I'm On One.
Ooh, shout out Wayne. Shout out Wayne.
Ho's feature on Go Crazy with Young Jeezy versus Kendrick's Like That. T.I.'s What You Know versus Ho's Where I'm From.
Okay.
50's Just a Little Bit versus J. Cole's Trouble.
Nice.
And Biggie's Big Papa versus Kanye's Heard Him Say.
Jesus Christ. Man, that last one was tough. Let's start at the top. Duffel Bag Boy versus I'm On One. Before we just pick the songs, I want to ask, Duffel Bag Boy, 1 out of 10, 10 out of 10 on a scale, what do you think it is? From a scale of 10 to 10.
17.
Okay. And the reason I asked that is because, yes, Duffel Bag Boy will win versus this. For me, I love I'm On One, but Duffel Bag Boy is one of the craziest songs, craziest features ever. And Wayne didn't even feel like he had to put the verse on there. He was like, yeah, y'all got it. Like, shout out 2 Chainz, like, Atlanta classic song.
Duffel Bag Boy is my answer. I have not picked against Lil Wayne once, and I don't think I ever will.
They ask me why I do it. I say why I am.
You feel me? Go Crazy versus Like That.
Listen,
That's tough.
Listen, I will take the reins. I'm for sure going Like That. For the newer watchers, I hate to expose you to this content, but I call Like That one of the 5 best diss songs ever. This time last year, I think. So that is going to be my choice for this one.
And if you guys are wondering why I did this, I think Go Crazy is one of Hove's 3 best features. Yeah. So I went with one of Kendrick's 2 best features.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that's the GOAT, man.
That's it.
That's the GOAT, man, bro. I got to go Crazy. That's GOAT, man. You. What you know, I really did that so you get yelled at by New York. What you know versus Where I'm From.
Listen, Ice not going to like that. Bro, T.I., bro.
What you know about that? What you know about that?
I gotta get to the Rubber Band Man, dog. I gotta get to the Rubber Band Man.
Hey,
dog.
I'm giving it to the Rubber Band Man, too. You know I ain't picking against Atlanta. You know I ain't picking against Atlanta.
And this right now, up next, this is kind of become my favorite part of this segment because this is Daniel's segment. You know, Daniel picks the song. I kind of try to come in here like, I try to not look at the song so I give y'all my first reaction. But one of the things I go into every week is like, what J. Cole song that I love is going to get obliterated next?
I literally tried my best to get you to pick J. Cole. I know you love this J. Cole song, bro.
Listen, Trouble might be my favorite J. Cole song on my favorite J. Cole album. I love Trouble, bro. Great verses, great beat. I love this song so much. 50 cooking that shit. Oh my God, just a little bit. It's so much better than shit. Unfortunately, Cole, you moved to 0-3 on the season. And looking at mock drafts.
Okay, so I am going Trouble. But if he don't drop the fall off, I'm going to get real honest, okay? If he don't drop the fall off in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be very honest in the next 2 weeks.
I love Trouble. He said, Mama, did you fuck J. Cole?
Whoa.
Yo, okay, that is so funny, bro.
All right, now I did this one for you.
Yeah.
Big Papa versus Heard 'Em Say.
Damn, because I love Adam Levine.
Man.
I love Adam Levine. I love Adam Levine a lot. I love Kanye. Well,
just vote like very smooth songs.
We're going to say it's an Adam Levine song to keep the algorithm cool. But dog, Big Papa is like before I knew what rap music was and who Biggie was, I felt like if you walked up to me at 5 years old and said, I love it when they call me
Big Papa,
I would have been like, Big Papa. Like, there are songs you know coming out of the womb just because of how big they are in rap. I think Big Papa is one of the biggest rap songs ever. Mm-hmm. I think I would go this one here.
I'm going Big Papa, man. You know I love Biggie. Biggie, one of my 6 or 7 favorite rappers ever, bro. That is one of the smoothest rap songs ever, bro.
That's a fact. It felt like I always knew that song.
Like, dead ass, bro. Dead ass. All right. Let's get into some hoops, man. Let's get into some hoops.
Yeah.
All right, we're right about an hour. Good timing.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we got to settle down. Y'all change your energy. We've been laughing a lot.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Change your energy.
No more J. Cole jokes.
Get ready for the sports. No more unk talk and all that shit. Actually, we do a lot of unk talk with the NBA, actually.
That's a fact.
We just
listen, my vamps, this is where you probably exit.
Oh my God.
No fashion discussion after this.
Oh my God. My vamps, this is where you probably exit. That is hilarious. Okay, so the NBA season, y'all know what it is. It's about between every team got about 13 to 16, 17 games left. So we towards the end of the season.
Dog days of the season.
Playoffs are about a month away. Dog days of the season are here.
That's crazy. I forgot about this. We didn't talk about it in the show. I just want to throw it out there right now just so we can talk about it because we're only going to hit the NBA for a second. Joel Embiid, out for the season. Paul George, out for the season. Mm-hmm. How do you feel? Does it end for Joel Embiid? What is next with Paul George? Just a quick hit that. I don't think we talked about it out here yet.
All right. Joel Embiid, seriously, I feel bad for. I don't want to make any jokes about him. Like, I don't want to make a joke about Joel Embiid because his body is just failing him.
His body's literally betraying him.
And it's really sad because Joel is really one of the most talented big men we've ever seen.
1,000%.
Pure talent on the court. So I'm not even going to harp on that. I pray. Because they're talking about, like, they might have to medical retire him next year. Like, if he can't fix it. Like, they're saying, like, I read that they're going to have to break his hip to align his knee back. And it's like, dude, I don't even know if that's worth it. Like, just, like, enjoy your life, right? You got 300 M's. Like, I'm sure the Philly's going to mess with him. Give him a coaching job. He'll be rich forever. So, Joel, I genuinely feel bad for, and I hope we get to see him play basketball again. Paul George!
That's the one. There we go. Yeah, podcast speed.
Paul George got on his podcast at 30, 40, 50. I don't care how old that nigga is. At 36 years old, Paul George got on his podcast after playing 14 years in the NBA and supposedly trying to win a championship every year and was like, yeah, y'all, I see all the critics. I'm back on my bully this year. What?
It was the worst player on the team. Like, he was one of the worst players on that team. That is crazy.
I'm back on my bully?
Back on my bully.
Like you not a 14-year vet?
Just got signed to a max deal. He said, yo, I'm back on my bully.
What are you talking about? Players like Paul George piss me off, dog. Because Paul George got all the talent in the world, got all the ability in the world, and he just don't want it.
Nope.
He don't want to be great.
He's super cool.
He's super cool with being a really good basketball player.
Yep.
He don't care about being a superstar.
Nope.
He don't care about it. And I know it, Paul George know it, and everybody in Philadelphia know it.
Yeah.
He robbed Philly. He robbed Philly.
Listen, ski mask away for Paul George. I just want to point out that Paul George said he needed to stop doing his podcast to focus on championship basketball.
I'm a yell it. Paul George. Paul George said he gonna stop podcasting to focus on a championship when he was the 11th seed.
That's some of the funniest shit ever. That's like, yo, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna take a break from this show. I gotta start working on 2028 Olympics. Getting in shape. We're gonna do the 400 meters. Me and Daniel, we're gonna split it. Like, listen, Paul George trying to win a championship is so funny at this stage in his career. I literally just thought of this spur of the moment, so we don't really have too much on this. But the Joel Embiid thing, I 1,000% agree. As one of Joel Embiid's biggest public critics, I, at this point, have nothing basketball-wise to critique Joel Embiid for because his body just simply betrayed him at this point in his career. In his career, he played maybe 2-3 healthy years, and that's not including the year he won the MVP. It's not including some of his best years. We really just, as bad as it's going to sound, we will never know what peak Joel Embiid does look like. Whether it's mental, physical, we never really got to see what his ceiling would have been. Yeah. So I think right now that is the time for that. I read the medical stuff that you mentioned about, they have to break his hip to align it back. And it's simply Joel Embiid's story and why people love Joel Embiid is ultimately the reason he will never continue to be able to play basketball is because he didn't play basketball at a young age. So by the time he started playing basketball, his body physically was not built for basketball movement. And I think that is probably, one of the most sad parts about this was, like, you look at someone like Kevin Durant or Cooper Flag or Wemby is a great example, like people who are bigger but have that structural, like, capacity or flexibility in their bodies because they've been training their body for so long. And B, because he started so late, just had to try to work around his frame, and it was just never going to be able to happen long term. Paul George should be embarrassed of yourself. But, hey, listen, you're Paul George.
Just sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The way I agree with Rock, I feel like he hit it on the nose. You were Jared McCain's second option for that month before Jared McCain got hurt. Then you were Quentin Grimes' second option before you got hurt. And in between that, you were Tyrese Maxey's second option. And you were supposed to be the star on all those teams. So
I'll take Austin Reeves over your sorry ass.
Right now, for sure. The real losers today are the niggas and the young niggas. This is why I told them to leave. But the real losers today are the young niggas who's like, Paul George is the greatest basketball player ever. Yeah. That month, niggas was calling you the GOAT. Oh, my God. One of the funniest months ever. I see it though. You got a crazy bag, but shout out Brandon Miller.
I'm mad at you, bro.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
I played so many games on 2K with Paul George, bro.
Paul George in 2014 was one of the most beloved basketball players ever.
Nobody
has gotten more stained for losing a series than Paul George.
He was like, yo, he coming.
He next, bro.
He coming.
Is it, yo, you saw LeBron give him the handshake? You saw LeBron, yo, dap him up between timeout? Yo, that nigga, he know he next, bro. He know he next, bro. He know he next, bro, for real.
D-Wade and Bron came up to him after the game. They knew he next. They know him. They gave him his towel. They knew they signed it too.
He go to the Heat. Like, yo, I miss Paul George so much, man. I miss Indiana Paul George. I do miss Indiana Paul George.
Me too, man. Okay. Now, so let's get back. I said I wasn't going to yell. I'm zen now.
Let's get back to positive yelling.
It surprised me with that one, bro. It surprised me with that one. Okay. So, the question that I have for Ish is, right now, top 6 seeds in the West goes as follows.
Right.
OKC, Houston, Denver, Los Angeles Lakers, Memphis Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
1 through 6.
Yep.
If the season ended today and the play-in stayed as is, the Clippers will be the 7th seed, Minnesota will be the 8th seed. I do think that is how that will play out. And the Clippers might get the 8th seed because they might lose to the Timberwolves in play-ins or something like that.
Right.
But I do think those will be the 7th and 8th seed.
Okay.
But for the top 6 seeds, with all of them, the Warriors are the furthest back, but the 5, 4, 3, and 2 seeds are all within a game and a half of each other.
Which is nuts.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
How do you think this plays out with the seeding? And for the Oklahoma City Thunder, how should they want it to play out?
I think if I'm OKC, it's... Okay, so 2-part question. Let me answer the first part. I think the seeding is going to relatively hold, barring injury, just because it's so hard to jump this late in the season. Like, the Warriors are playing their best ball, but, like, you're so far behind the 8 ball, every loss in the loss column becomes, like, 3 games. Like, it's so many tiebreakers, nasty stuff going on. I think the seeding will somewhat hold, but I think if you're OKC, you are kind of in a no... I don't want to say... Let me preface this where I think OKC is the best roster with possibly the best player in the league on it. Now... With that being said, I think they're in a no-win position as far as picking their opponents. Because I think the West is so loaded, top 6, 7, that no matter who kind of moves, that first round may not be like the easiest round no matter what. And that second round absolutely won't be the easiest round no matter what. So I think if there was anyone they could avoid, I would try to avoid Golden State.
Okay.
Outside of that, I think they should welcome almost any other team just because they are at the point where last year they were the first seed. We asked this question last year and we had more teams to give them. But this year they are transitioning from the young team to the team. And when you are the team with the MVP playing like this, you need to be, to quote the Making the Case video that I mentioned a couple weeks ago, you are the alpha dog. You are the team that wants to bring the fight to people. You are the team looking across, hoping someone is going to meet your gaze. You want the smoke. We want the issue. We not ducking nobody. Whether it's Luka and LeBron in LA, we'll put them down. Doesn't matter who it is. I think this is the year. And I think it's very important for how we're going to see the Thunder for the next couple of years. They need to be looking to like, all right, we did what we need to do. We got the 1 seed. We got to start stomping shit.
Yeah.
Playoffs, we got to start stomping shit.
Yeah.
We got to get this notion that, hey, the OKC's good, but they're young. You got, like, because I remember when niggas said that about Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
Yep.
And you know what happened? They went out there and stomped some shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, hold on, yeah, they're young. They're also really, really, really good. And they went from saying, oh, yeah, this is just a young team, to, oh, yeah, this is a contender for the next 5 or 6 years. And I think that's where OKC is now. But let me ask you, because you posed the question, of the top 6 teams and, of course, a couple of the playoff teams, what is your perspective if you were OKC on these teams?
All right, so if I'm OKC, I want to avoid the Lakers into the conference finals. And the only reason I want to avoid the Lakers into the conference finals is because I want 2 series to see how the game plan against them. Because we haven't gotten a lot of Luka and Bron together.
Facts.
So I would like to see how through 5 games and then 6 games, how coaches game plan and adjust to that dynamic duo.
Right.
Now, I know the next question following, because I got a lot of Warriors fans that love us, well, they don't know the Warriors either. Correct.
Right.
But the Warriors are still running the same system they've been running since 2015. So although the personnel is different, the system is still the system.
Right.
Secondly, I agree with you. If OKC is looking at the bottom of the standings like, oh, we might have to play them, they lost already.
Yeah.
You the number 1 seed. You 12 games ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
You got the MVP and their eyes, the best player in the world.
Yeah.
And you have the best defense.
Easy.
And you've proven that against every team.
Yeah.
There has not been a team that has gotten easy buckets on you consistently. That being said, I believe OKC is the best team in basketball. Not the West.
Right.
I think they are the best team in basketball. As of today and for this regular season, they earned that title.
That's fair.
But what worries me, and this always worries me until I see it, is their lack of experience.
That's true.
So that brings me to my second point. I am praying and I am hoping that the way this shakes out is the Lakers get the 3 seed, Denver gets the 2 seed, and Houston, the Lakers beat the Warriors, and we don't even have to worry about Steph.
Yep.
The Nuggets and Lakers beat up on each other, and we get to go A seed, and then Houston and Memphis.
Okay.
Or Houston or Memphis.
Right.
And that is what, if I was on the coaching staff and not a player, because the player shouldn't be thinking about this.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That is what I would secretly want.
Yeah.
But again, I do think they're the best team, so I don't think they should be worried about too much.
Yeah.
But since I keep saying they're the best team, and I do believe you agree with that, who do you think the second, third, and 4 teams are to worry about in the West?
In the West, I think right now the second best team in the West is the Warriors.
Okay.
Just give a quick reason why. Steph Curry is still one of the best players on the planet, but the Warriors, like you just talked about OKC, the Warriors' defensive ceiling is higher than every team in the league except the Warriors and the Celtics. Because the Warriors have... Oh, yeah, the Thunder and Celtics. Because the Warriors have one of the best defenders to ever lace them up. Last night, held Giannis to 0 for 6, went to the press conference, said, I want another defensive player of the year. Shout out to great Draymond Green. When you do good, we talk about you on here. When you do bad, we talk about you too. But there's credit where credit is due. Draymond Green is a first ballot Hall of Famer because he's a great defender.
Yes.
And I think him with Jimmy Butler is such a great pairing because they are both some of the best off-ball and help defenders in the league.
Yes.
Knowing when to help, how to help, and who to help off of.
Jimmy's instincts are next level.
Amazing. And having them together is one of the best duos, individual defensive-wise, we've seen in a while. But to go 3-4, I'm going to say I still have the Lakers 3, and I have the Lakers 4. I don't have a 5th after that, but I'll explain why I have the Lakers 3. And did I say Lakers twice? But Lakers 3 and the Nuggets 4. Lakers 3, I think LeBron James and Luka Doncic are the best 1-2 punch in the league, bar none. I don't think there's another team that's going to have 2 players that can impact a game the same way for 48 minutes the way Luka and LeBron have. This is the first time, I think, since the 2020 Lakers where at all times you're going to have a first ballot Hall of Famer running the show. And I think, and we mentioned this on here, one of my favorite things about the Lakers team was you either had LeBron James or Rajon Rondo running your offense at all times. Now, in every playoff game for the rest of the season, either Luka or LeBron is going to be running that offense. You won't have minutes where it's going to be ran through Jalen Williams, or you're not going to have minutes where it's going to be ran through someone lesser than a superstar. And right under them, man, 15.
You ain't got to say too much about him.
Listen, 15 has that. And the reason I have him under Luka is because the reason I have Luka above him as a player, we haven't seen Jokic kind of really tweak out and win a series he shouldn't in a little while. I feel like he's kind of due for one of those oh shit, this is a top 10 basketball player ever series.
Yeah.
And I think you don't want to be on the other end of that because
Agreed.
as much as I like Chet and as much as I like Jalen Williams, man, if Jokic do it to them, there's nothing they can do about it.
No.
And I think that is why I'm going to have them top 4.
All right. Well, we are the same. I have the exact same order, exact same teams, and I will just piggyback off of some of the reasons why I have the Warriors at 2 is because the continuity with their team.
Facts.
And so let me be honest. Let me be transparent. I actually think the Lakers are a slightly better team. But I think for a playoff series, that continuity that the Warriors have will serve a great deal for them. Yeah. And if you're wondering, well, Clay's gone. Yeah. Moses Moody was on that championship team.
1,000%.
Jonathan Kuminga was on that championship team.
GP2.
Draymond Green was on that championship team. And GP2 was on that championship team.
Hey, Loon Goon still out there.
And Loon Goon is still out there. Yeah. And Jimmy Butler is a championship-level player.
Steph Curry, too.
Obviously. I hope we don't forget about 30. So, that being said, just simply because of their continuity, I think the Warriors are a slightly better second option than the Lakers. And the Lakers are my third option because exactly what it said, I have nothing else to add. Yeah. But I want to add something to their defense because they keep saying, everybody keeps talking about the Lakers defense and how great it is. First off, Lakers have not really played anybody. And secondly, what they have been doing is helping off of the worst defender. Yeah. And just rotating their defense very well and very quickly. And they've been giving up a lot of threes. Yeah. Won't work against OKC.
How did it ain't gonna work in the playoffs? No,
won't work against Golden State.
Nope.
Because the Golden State Warriors have mastered you helping off a person. They have mastered how to run their offense with you doing that. Yep. OKC won't have anybody for you to help off of. Yep. And their first round matchup today would be the Warriors, so we've been over that. So let's pretend it moves. Let's go to the Clippers. Let's say they get the 2 seed and they play the Clippers at a 7 seed. First off, I hope they do. Yeah. But second off, even in the playoffs, because they're going to run a 4-out, 1-in system, you won't have anybody to help off of either because you'll have 4 shooters and then you'll have Zubac in the middle, who Zubac is one of the best 5'6" bigs in the league. Yeah.
And Harden not letting you do that.
Yes. So that being said, I don't think the worries about the Lakers defense will come to fruition in the playoffs because everybody has gotten all excited like, oh, we thought this defense was going to be bad and this has been number 1 in the league. Yeah, but look at what they're playing, look at how they're playing, and ask yourself, is that sustainable to the playoffs? It is not. And then to the Nuggets, 1-5, baby. 1-5, baby.
Listen, 1-5, no cap.
And if somehow the Lakers and the Warriors get knocked down in the first round, I want the Nuggets to win the championship because I want Russ to get a championship. I want Russ to get a championship.
I don't want the Nuggets to win. If the Nuggets win the championship this year, I'm gonna have to start pushing a really nasty narrative for Jokic. I'm gonna have to start pushing a disgusting Jokic narrative that is gonna be bad for basketball because that nigga is gonna be in some crazy like he right now, if the season ended today, I'm pretty sure he's triple-double, 50, 40, 90, won the championship with no superstar second option. Yeah, he's up there. He's up there.
All right, never mind.
He would be up there. Nobody.
No. Sorry.
But listen, no.
Sorry,
but, listen, I do like the Russ story because it's crazy. One of my homies told me that because he's a Russ guy. But on the flip side of that, for him to win the championship, he would have to get through the West and whoever comes out the East.
That Boston or that Cavs series ain't going to be no hoe.
That nigga Jokic beat Boston by himself, man.
Boy.
Hey, shout out to you niggas who's like, yo, should they retire Melo and Jokic number? My fault. Hey, I'm above that. That's pretty,
come on.
That's too easy. Come on. They said, yeah, they should really do it.
Come on, man. Let's not do that today.
Yo, God. Yo, shout out Melo, though. Shout out Melo.
Shout out so well.
Shout out Kyan, too. Shout out all the young niggas that's hooping right now.
All right. That brings us to the East, actually. And simple, quick question for the East. Mm-hmm. Are the Celtics and the Cavs the only contenders in the East? Like, let's be honest. Are they the only contenders? And when I say contenders, I mean a team you can actually see getting to the NBA Finals. Not the Eastern Conference Finals, the NBA Finals. Are those the only 2 teams in the East you can see doing it?
I'm going to say no.
Wow, okay.
I'm going to say no because I still believe in Giannis.
Okay.
I still believe in Giannis a lot as an individual player, a lot less. I believe in Dame too, but a lot less. But especially in the East right now, depending on how the seeding goes, the Bucks are the 5th seed. They play the Pacers first round. Mm-hmm. They're gonna flood the Pacers first round.
I don't know, bro.
You don't know?
Pacers kind of got their number.
That's true. But that's true. I agree. I will say the Celtics and the Cavs are the only team in the East I think could win the championship. Mm-hmm. But if the Bucks were to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I would give them a puncher's chance against the Cavs.
Okay, so here's the thing. I agree with that.
Yeah.
The last statement, that I give them a puncher's chance against the Cavs.
And Celtics, my fault.
Where I have an issue with the Bucks is everyone but Giannis.
Yeah.
The thing with them is Doc Rivers, don't like it.
Nope.
Dame Lillard at 34, don't like it.
Brook
Kyle
Lopez.
Kuzma as your third option, don't like it.
Yep.
A 7-foot center that want to shoot threes more than he want to rebound, don't like
36-year-old center, too.
Can't name anybody on your bench, don't like it.
Yep.
So,
listen, this roster is disgusting.
From
Jesus Christ.
From that perspective, Giannis doesn't have the skill set to carry like that.
Right.
Giannis needs a certain type of individuals around him. He needs a guy that can close. Now, he has that in Dame, but he also needs consistent shooters and great defenders around him. Yeah. No one is a great defender. Brook Lopez is a great rim protector, but get him on that switch, get him on an island, run 5 out, nothing he can do.
And no Bobby Portis.
Yes, great point. I forgot about that. Kyle Kuzma, not a great defender, streaky shooter. Mm-hmm. Dame Lillard, horrific defender.
Yep.
Gary Trent Jr. is a good shooter and a good defender, but he's small.
Yep.
I just don't see a path to how they can out-scheme and outplay Boston or Cleveland. And they're going to have to play one of them in the second round because they're going to end up the 4th or 5th seed because they can't catch the Knicks. So they're going to have to play the Cavs the first round if they get to them. They're going to have to play the Cavs the second round. And it would take the greatest playoff performance Giannis has ever had and overcoming Doc Rivers' lack of adjustments to beat the Cavaliers. So I just don't see them getting out of the second round.
I 1,000% agree with everything you said just now, especially with the Doc Rivers stuff, because Lord knows how we feel about Doc Rivers on the show. But I'm going to steal a point you just made a second ago because I feel like it fits the Bucks a lot. I would really love a Dame legacy playoffs. I think the Bucks, like if we were to give them like a chance per team, I think it's 48% Cavs, 48% Celtics, and boy, there's that little 4%
for the Bucks
where Dame is Dame. If Dame can be prime Dame for a month, this team could get to the finals. Okay, but again, niggas know how we feel about Dame on the show. On the flip side, it would be a beautiful story for Dame's career to just listen. Dame, this is the thing. This is why we always ask Dame to leave. Fam, if Dame wins just one championship in Milwaukee, everything in Portland looks different. Everything in Portland looks a little different. You get to, I told y'all so. I just needed the help, da-da-da. Like, I might have been older, but, Giannis needed me, da-da-da. Like, so I think that is what I'm going to say. I think it is the Celtics, Cavs to lose. They should let them niggas play 2 series. Like, because no one else is going to come close.
Bruh.
But let them niggas play
just
4.
make the second round the Cavs and the Celtics. Third round, Cavs and Celtics part 2.
Best to 8. Best to 8. Like, first nigga to win 9 games goes to the finals. But I definitely think outside of them, I mean, I couldn't. The East is so bad, I don't think 8 teams should make the playoffs in the East.
I completely agree. I want to get off 2 rants before we get into March Madness for a little bit. One, and I mentioned this last week, but I want to go into a little bit more detail because I want to start off with Tom Thibodeau this time. Hey, Tom Thibodeau, look around, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, bro.
Playing your superstars 38 to 40 minutes a night for the entire season doesn't work. Trying to match your superstar minutes with all the other good players on the team, it doesn't work. It just simply doesn't work. And secondly, for all the people that yelled at Ramona Shelburne last year when she was like, Jalen Brunson can't lead a team to the championship, he can't.
He can't.
Okay?
He can't.
Jalen Brunson can't be the best player on the championship teams. Steph Curry, trick y'all. Small guards don't lead championships. Don't lead teams to championships. Small guards don't lead teams to championships. I'm sorry, 30, trick y'all.
It doesn't happen.
But there's a reason that it was a gap of 30 years
Yep.
Between a best player in Isaiah Thomas being a point guard on the championship team and Steph Curry. There is a reason. It doesn't happen. And Jalen Brunson is not finna defy them odds.
And Steph Curry had to break basketball to do it. Like,
you feel me? Steph Curry had to change the way basketball was played for eternity to do it.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson is cold.
Nice back.
Cold.
Good
top
back
5 point guard in the league, top 15 player in the league. He's cold. Yep. He cannot be the best player on the championship team. And until the Knicks get a wing level player or a real big like a Giannis, a Wemby, something of that stature, they will not be winning anything. But they'll put some seats in the stands, and that's really what they want to do.
Yeah, shout out to New York. Listen, friendship. I saw a commercial with them with Dante DiVincenzo. Hilarious commercial. Great. Commercial made me laugh. But I think ceiling-wise for the Knicks, it's the second round. Ceiling-wise for the Knicks
for sure.
is any team that wants to win a championship.
For sure.
You know, listen, that the Knicks are a really nice Chrysler. Mm-hmm. Beautiful Chrysler.
Beautiful Chrysler. Clean as hell.
Just make sure you drive it in the right part of the city.
Don't go to Buckhead.
Don't go to Buckhead. Mm-mm. You don't valet at Lennox. Nope. You park your own car at Lennox.
Yes, sir.
Just
in the parking deck. Hide that bitch.
Yeah. Okay, listen, you might pay for parking. Like, just make sure you should, right? But just don't put it next to that Phantom. Because when the Celtics pull up in the playoffs, I don't even know if I'll watch. Of course, I'm going to watch the series because I love basketball, but like, I don't really just, and I don't want to hate on Mikal Bridges. I don't want to hate on OG Anunoby. I'm not moved.
It'll be like rewatching Infinity War.
Literally, like
damn, they are going to win.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. Damn it. Damn it, Star-Lord. He did it again. I be watching Infinity War like, maybe Star-Lord just cool out this time. Like, maybe comments, yo, I was playing Marvel. Let me tell you this joke. Man, I was like, man, I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I was like, bro, I just remembered. This nigga destroyed the universe. This nigga didn't even get his bitch back. Nigga destroyed the universe for nothing. She don't even like the nigga no more.
She don't. That is
like shit. It didn't even work.
Crazy.
Like you did all that for what? Like oh my god.
But yeah, man. I agree with you, bro.
Yeah.
And lastly, bro, Adam Silver,
my boy.
The Heat are 29-40, bro.
29-40 amid an investigation that they are throwing games.
The Chicago Bulls are 29-39.
Yep.
The Mavericks are 33-37.
Yep.
These teams should not have a chance to make the playoffs.
Facts.
Please get rid of the play-in. Yep. If you like the extra game, then have the play-in between the 8 and the 9 seed if they are within 2 games.
Yep.
That's the only reason. Like, stop it. The 10 seed has never made the playoffs. They're never going to make the playoffs because they're the 10 seed.
Yeah, it's a 10 seed for a reason. Like,
please get rid of the play-in. It's a waste of time. It is a waste. The stats don't even count for nothing. They just go into oblivion.
That is so funny, bro.
They just go into the Ethernet.
It's like, yeah, it happens.
I don't even think I used that right, but you knew our ethos or something like that.
Nah, I think.
I think. Whatever I'm trying to say.
It's like, yeah, LeBron had 40 somewhere.
Dude, just get rid of it, bro.
You know, it was like,
it's a waste of time.
It was like, yo, what's your favorite LeBron James game? And it was like, yo, personally, I like the Warriors versus the Lakers. I said, yeah, that didn't happen. That game never happened. Like, what are you talking about? The 3 rims? That was not a legal NBA game. That is not on his resume.
That's not on nobody's resume. None of them points count towards nothing.
Yeah,
towards playoff stats, toward regular season stats. They just there.
I wish I was a commissioner. You know what I do? The All-Star game every year, if this team lose, no playing. If this team lose, yes playing. Like, just randomly decide. Like, if the East lose, y'all not getting to play. That could be the All-Star game. Whichever side wins gets to play in that year. Wow. That would be hard. Whichever sides win, you get to play in that year.
All right. I'm going to set this up. Hey, y'all, if y'all watching this live, just pretend it's not happening. Yeah. And y'all just going to let us work for a second. Because, man, that was a good idea. All right. Yeah. Hey, so Ish was talking to me off camera, right? Let me be Ish was talking to me off camera and had a great idea for the All-Star game and how to make guys play hard. What was that?
So what we have a problem with right now is the Heat winning 26 games in a season and having a chance to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Also, no one cares about the All-Star game, but we all love the idea of a play-in tournament. Mm-hmm. At the All-Star game, East, West, If the West wins, the West gets a play-in. If the East wins, the East gets to play in.
Yes.
And if you lose, the top 8 teams go to the playoffs.
Exactly.
Period. It gives you something to play for. It affects the season. It's going to change every season. And it gives an opportunity to, one, change the way we vote for All-Stars because someone like LaMelo Ball, who would be fighting for a play-in spot, should be an All-Star.
Yes.
Like, give him the opportunity to. What I hate is they be like, LaMelo Ball can't be an All-Star because his team is bad. Help him with the team.
Yeah.
Let him make the play-in.
Yeah.
I think this would be a great idea to improve the play-in and improve the All-Star game.
Great idea. I love that. I love that. All right. Before we get out of here, you know March Madness is here.
Facts.
By the time we get here, they'll be in the Final Four. That shit moves so fast.
It's over. Not for real.
But the games start tomorrow. Yeah, the games start tomorrow on the men's and women's side. I have filled out my bracket. Yeah. I have my Final Four is Auburn, Florida, and Duke, Houston. And I have Duke and Florida playing in the championship and Duke winning.
Yep.
So that's not what we wanted to talk about. I have watched 3 college basketball games this year, so I'm not finna sit here and lie to y'all and act like I know what I'm talking about. All right?
Yeah.
What I just wanted to talk about is some memories.
Yeah.
I love nostalgia.
Yeah.
So, Ish, what have been some of your favorite March Madness memories over the years, March Madness moments? And while you think, I will start. Do you remember Mercer beating Duke?
I almost went to Mercer because they would beat Duke. I deadass almost went to Mercer because they beat Duke.
That's hard. So the years that happened, and if you had a cool teacher or multiple cool teachers, you got to watch March Madness in high school.
Facts.
You got to watch the games.
At least one of them.
At least one of them.
At least one.
At least one of them.
Yeah.
So that Mercer Duke game, the second half started to happen, and we had a teacher that had a son at Mercer.
Yeah.
Son didn't even play basketball. Just went to the damn school. Happened to study. Nerd ass nigga. He ain't even at the game. Studying somewhere, nerd ass nigga.
He probably don't even like basketball.
Type shit. But, and this one, Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker was one of my favorite college basketball players ever. And my God, I wish his knees would have stayed healthy.
If Jabari Parker would have stayed healthy, that him and Giannis duo.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Special. So that year, we had it on in the big screen, and then the teacher that I was just talking about was dead ass running through all of the high school classrooms. Just like, they're about to do it. And like 3 minutes later, it's getting closer. You just heard her screaming through the hallways the whole time, and the whole school, they did it, and they ran, and we all, like, as they won, like, the bell rang, and everybody was going crazy, like, they just did it. Yeah. And I'm in the back of the class, I was like, fuck, Jabari.
Damn, like, God damn it, dude. It's nothing like rooting against the upset. Like, I will say, it's so funny you said that because I mentioned that I almost went to Mercer because of that game. I went to Georgia State because the next year, Ron Hunter hit that 3 the same year. I ended up going to Georgia State after that. But I added this on here just because March Madness for me was one of the ways I kind of fell in love with basketball.
For sure.
And I know you'll remember this because when we played at Turner Lake, back when we were kids, we wore college jerseys. Mm-hmm. So I associated basketball the way I played with the college basketball game. So first, just to hit the quick flex button back when I didn't pay for anything, I went to a Final Four. I went to the one in Atlanta. Atlanta always wins. One of the coolest weekends of my life. They had like a bunch of fan events, like where they have legends come in. That's why I don't like Christian Laettner to this day.
Was that the Al Horford year?
No. It was Trey Burke year.
Okay.
So it was Trey. It was
better.
Trey Burke. God, what's this nigga name? It was somebody's son. I can't remember who was on that Michigan team.
Trey Robinson Jr.?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Trey Burke versus Peyton Siva, Russ Smith, that Louisville team.
We watched basketball for real.
Like, and I remember this to this day. Like, this is a core memory in my body. I was in the building. I was breathing the air when Trey Burke got called for that foul on the chase down block. That is ingrained in my mind. Like,
That's crazy.
Like, as a basketball member, like, I can't believe he got called for that foul. But aside from that, just favorite March Madness moments. Steph Curry at Davidson before we knew who Steph Curry was.
Absolutely.
And
put him on the map.
I'm trying to think. It's one more I know I'm missing. I just know I'm missing.
I'll throw out some. You think?
For sure.
So I don't know if y'all remember this. I think this was the whatever Cat's rookie year was the year before when he was on Kentucky. They were 39-0. Cat was the best player in the country, and they ran into them boys in Wisconsin with Sam Decker and Frank the Tank.
I remember
and couldn't get it done. They couldn't complete the undefeated
I just remember
season.
who it was. You know what's crazy? Because we hate this nigga. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum in the NCAA tournament, I think it was versus Duke on Lehigh.
Yes, Lehigh, yes.
Yeah, on Lehigh.
He went bonkers.
But pure bag work. That's what an NBA player in college looks like.
Yes.
He literally got to the NBA from that. But, of course, for the culture, listen, we had it on this list. I know, I will never forget this. And I used to say, let me bring this take back now that we got 1,000 subs. Because niggas called me crazy. Kemba Walker is a Hall of Famer. Niggas looking around like, what? Let me stop you. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. And Kemba Walker's UConn run is, I believe, the greatest month of basketball in college basketball history for a team. For context, for you younger niggas who don't know, think about the SEC in football. That's what the Big East used to be in basketball. UConn came into the Big East tournament knowing if we do not win the tournament of the toughest conference in the league, we will not we won't even get to March Madness.
Yeah.
They did not lose a game the rest of the season.
The rest of the season.
They did not lose a game the rest of the season behind Kemba Walker bag work into Coda Madison Square Garden and almost dropped that nigga to his knees. Had that nigga praying for forgiveness on the ground. One of the greatest performances ever.
All net.
Shout out Kemba Walker.
That game made me a Kemba Walker fan for the rest of my life. I've been a fan of him since then. I watched him when he was in Charlotte. Like, I was a Kemba Walker fan, played with him on 2K, all of that.
Dog.
And that shot changed my life because I was watching that game. That was a game I watched live. I saw that happen. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I was like, they're winning the championship. I said it. I said, they're winning the championship.
So good.
And they won that championship that year. I had the Peyton Siva and Trey Burke block on here as well because Michigan got robbed. Something else about a couple years ago, this is recent, that North Carolina Vandy championship was phenomenal. Yeah. When number 5, the lefty, hit the game-tying 3, and they came down
in a
perfect play. Hit the 28, 30-footer, bang! Chris Jenkins.
That's a fact.
That was his name. Hit a game winner, national championship. Can't remember. And then I want to go to the girls' side as well.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese most recently.
1,000%.
Y'all went crazy.
Listen, and I don't want to say, and I'm not saying Caitlin Clark brought it back or Angel Reese brought it back. That game brought women's basketball back to the forefront of sports.
It sure did.
Whoever you want to give the credit to, those two teams, those women on both sides of the team, on both teams, brought back women's basketball for the entire country.
Sure did. And another one I want to point out, just the run of Maya Moore.
Yeah,
that run of Maya Moore when UConn won like 90,000 straight games. Yeah, like, they didn't lose a game for like 3 basketball.
They were
seasons.
like, should UConn not play women's basketball?
Yes, yes. They were like, can UConn beat the worst team in the NBA? Yeah. Like, can the UConn girls beat the Charlotte Bobcats? Yeah, was like a topic,
literally
on First Take.
Literally,
the downfall of never mind. But yeah, the UConn run with Maya Moore and Breonna Stewart was just incredible to watch. They won so many championships. There were so many great players that they took down that never won championships because of them. And then my introduction to women's basketball, anytime I bring this up, I bring this lady up because she is the shit. The original CP3, Candace Parker.
Yep.
Candace Parker in Tennessee winning that championship with Pat Summitt, dog. She was different. And then came out the next year and got MVP in the WNBA as a rookie.
MVP.
She was cold. She was colder than cold. So just some of my favorite moments from college basketball. Like it said, March Madness, like, damn near shaped my love for basketball because that was like, you wasn't fucking 9 years old watching 82 games NBA season. Type shit. So,
and just like the way it was set up is like, okay, there's gonna be listen, like as a kid, like I like my love for basketball as a kid was so crazy. Like if I wasn't playing basketball, I was playing 2K. If I wasn't playing 2K, I was watching basketball. It was like, so for the next 3 days, for every hour of the day, it's gonna be 3 games on TV.
Dog.
Every single day.
Dog. That round of 68 and round of 32 is just
that first day, bro, it's nothing like it.
It's nothing like it. And then like the games between like the 10 and 11 seeds be so good, bro.
Yes, sir.
And then like the heartbreak and then
the buzzer beaters.
It was a buzzer beater last night in the 16-16 game. Like full court lob, fumble, bobble, layup. Like, just madness happens in the NCAA tournament, so March Madness. So I'm very excited for this year, but it's top heavy this year, and with the nil, it's like getting very top heavy. So I don't think you'll see as many upsets as you have in the past.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I think the other side. I think the other side. I think right now teams are so top heavy that this is when we get the best upsets for real. When teams are so top heavy because, and people, it's crazy. You see the NBA added a playing game. The NFL, we're gonna add one more person. The college football playoff. Should it be 32 teams? Like, no sport, no league, no organization will ever be able to recreate what March Madness is because it's just so unpredictable.
It is.
And I think that is the biggest thing. And the NIL, I agree with you right now. Like Cooper Flag, listen, don't play. Rest that ankle up, get ready for the draft. But like, if Cooper Flag was playing, like the
he is.
team,
They say he playing.
Man, that nigga,
he should not, but he is.
Call him, no, he not gonna play. But like, they're so top heavy, it's hard for you to see the other side of it. But you gotta remember, Fab Five never won a championship. So that is when we get our best work.
I swore John Wall was finna win one. John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins was on the same team and didn't even get to the Final Four, dog.
Dog, John Wall was so good at basketball.
Dog.
John Wall was so good at basketball.
Dog. Oh my. The sleeve, the
so
white and blue sleeve.
So much aura. I'm glad you brought that up. Who are our favorite college players? Just to end up on that, like
Kemba Walker.
Yeah. John Wall.
Kemba Walker. John Wall.
Jimmer Fredette was a hip hop legend.
You feel me? Of course, Steph Curry. Yeah. Give some love to Greg Oden. Yeah. Yes, sir. AD was a monster.
Nuts, bro.
AD was a monster. Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Doug McDermott, the sniper.
Former Spur, Doug McDermott.
The sniper.
Dougie McBuckets, crazy.
Yes, sir. I love Trey Burke. I love Trey Burke in Michigan.
Trey Burke has so much aura at Michigan, bro.
It's so many just good point guards. Johnny Flynn from Syracuse was a dog. Like, it was just so many good, because
that's what college basketball is about, for real.
You have to have a good point guard to win in college basketball. Yep. And I love, while you're right about the upsets will always happen no matter how top heavy it gets, is because it's still so amateur. Like, it's still 18 and 19-year-olds. It's rare as you, and that was part of the reason Wisconsin beat Kentucky that year, was because Kentucky's whole team was freshmen. It was all freshmen, and then the two twins that were like juniors at the time.
The Harrison twins.
Yeah. So, but Wisconsin was all junior and seniors, and that experience has a big factor in the NCAA tournament.
I remember,
so
one of the first things I remember about basketball, first, the NBA should absolutely steal this. Adam Silver, you want to fix basketball? You want to fix the rating problem, nigga? People complaining about Shea? Get rid of any foul that is not a shooting foul is a 1-on-1. In the bonus, if you foul him, it's a 1-on-1. I don't care how many times it's done. 1-on-1 unless it's a shooting foul. I will never forget one of the first things like basketball memories watching with my dad. Like, I forget what team we were watching. I think it was some Syracuse team, but it was so long ago. I physically can't remember how old I was. But we were watching an upset happen, and they were getting to the free throw line, missing the free throws. He's like, man, that's a kid. That's a kid up there. Weight of the world on his shoulder. You think he gonna make this one? He missed the second one. He missed the second one. I know that third guy don't got a chance. He's not gonna hit it. Oh, I almost forgot. One of my favorite college basketball stories, favorite college basketball teams, the Jimmy V team, North Carolina State. One of the best upset Cinderella stories in NBA in college basketball history.
Shout out to the legend.
Listen, for context, they beat Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler at the same time on the same team. Like, that is how good of a team they were playing against, and they beat these niggas with just randoms. Like, you can't even name nobody on the team. Like, that is why I think, it's nothing like college basketball.
And then also another history lesson, Texas Southern Christian University, it was when segregation, racism was still a thing. Mm-hmm. They had an all-black team with a white coach, and they won the NCAA tournament, and it was a really big deal. It was a very small school. It hasn't happened since then. There's a movie about it, and I can't remember the name of the movie, but we watched that movie. It's phenomenal. Yeah. We watched that movie in high school. So that team, Texas Southern Christian University, they were cold. They were cold that year, and they had it was one of those games where, like, the refs could have chose to be racist, maybe they didn't.
Yeah.
Like, the bruh stepped out. If they were playing Kansas, and bruh stepped out, and they called it, and they didn't have to. And they was like, you really gonna call that for them?
Yeah.
Like, and it was one of them, and they went on and won the national championship. So, yeah, March Madness is really it's the shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's the shit. Like you said, it's nothing in sports can replicate the feelings of March Madness.
Yeah.
You don't have to care about basketball. You don't have to know about basketball. You don't have to watch one college basketball game all season. You're gonna be locked in come March.
Yep. Listen, now especially because we got technology, the multi-views popping up. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Boy, but I'm watching 12 games at once tomorrow.
Tomorrow's gonna be one of the busiest days of the year for me, but I'm gonna enjoy all of the games, all the highlights, all the upsets, all the dunks, man. But listen, this has been a fire episode. I don't know. Do we have anything else for them?
I am good, my dog.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I am good. I did want to go over that JD tweet, but I don't care that much because it was 3 weeks ago, so who cares?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He already tweeted it and responded to the tweet, so I guess we missed it.
Oh, yeah.
But this is it for me. Y'all, please, thank you for making it to the end of this episode. And
If you made it to the end of the episode, put rock stars in the comments. We'll try to chat it up with y'all. I think we're going to start doing that. Just shout out to the people who make it all the way through the episode because I know, listen, 2 hours, this is long-form content. We are not expecting you to sit down like, oh, shit, nothing ATL posted.
Yeah, we
2 hours straight. Listen, break it up. Watch it with your lunch. Watch
10
it,
minutes, 15 minutes here, 12
watch it
minutes
when
here.
you want. But if you made it through all the end, comment rock stars. Let us know.
No, don't comment Rockstar. Comment twins. Y'all
Oh,
are
yeah.
twins.
Comment twins.
I'm never posting on TikTok again to unless it's some music or something.
Oh, yeah.
I hated doing that. I was just trying to get us some buzz.
No, funny. I think rock stars is a crazy nickname though, so we do gotta use that.
It was.
We gotta use rock stars. Like,
but I was like, bro, I was posting on TikToks like, dude, I'm not talking in front of this camera no more. Like, this is why I have a podcast. I don't want to do this shit, bro. I was mad as hell doing them videos. But yeah, but please go follow my personal page because I will be dropping some music soon with my partner. So go follow that. But
shout out to Mob.
Hello. But yeah, shout out to TB. Be safe out there in California. He will be home in a couple weeks, so we've got to do something.
For sure.
Come on the show for sure.
Hell yeah.
But we're gonna talk about the Drake beef all over again.
Yeah.
But this has been episode 110, man. We are just climbing up the ranks. Thank you for subscribing. We are over 1,000 subscribers. I will never forget this episode. 110 was the first episode with 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys very much. And as I always say, you can love us, you can hate us. I just hope you pay us.
Caribou did a 20v1? That's not playing. That shit just popped up on my phone.
Oh,
I'm so mad I wasn't there. What the fuck? I be in Atlanta, bro. Yo, niggas don't be... Listen, this was completely unplanned. This is how we starting the show, bro. Listen, you niggas gotta start hitting my line. What?